Hey, what's going on everyone? This is iReviews back with another video, and as you probably know, Apple has just introduced the new devices, the iPhone 16 series. So we have actually 4 new devices, as usual, the 16, 16 Plus, and the Pro models, the iPhone 15 Pro and the 15 Pro Max, which is of course always the best device. So in today's video, we're going to take a look at these devices and see 10 of the main differences between the new iPhones. Now, first of all, when it comes to differences, one that you will notice obviously is the design. The design this year is different for the iPhone 16, while the Pro models actually still have kind of like the old design, just like the old iPhone 15 Pro. Now, for the iPhone 16, you're looking at a new setup for the camera, so you will have 2 cameras aligned vertically. It's actually pretty good looking. I really like that design from Apple. While if you're taking a look at the iPhone 15 Pro or the 15 Pro Max, they still have the same setup for the cameras in the back. So if you're not getting the new color of the iPhone 15 Pro, it's probably very hard to notice that you have a new device. Now, when it comes to design, of course, the colors will be different as well. This year we have a few different colors for the iPhone 16 models. So we have a white, a black, and a pink color, and we also have a teal and an aquamarine color, basically light green and light blue for the iPhone 16. While the iPhone 16 Pro and the 16 Pro Max have 4 different colors. The new desert color, which is basically the gold version of iOS 15 Pro and the 15 Pro Max. These devices, of course, will look great in hand, and they have other colors as well. So you will have the same natural titanium as the old one. You will have a darker one, the black titanium, and then you have also a lighter version of the natural titanium, which basically looks white. So you have 4 different colors for the Pro models and 5 different colors for the non-Pro models. Now, when it comes to build, they have 2 different materials. Just like last year, the iPhone 16 and the 16 Plus are built out of aluminum, but the iPhone 16 Pro and the 16 Pro Max, just like last year, they have a titanium design, which of course should make these devices way more durable. Now, when it comes to screens, this is probably one of the biggest changes between these devices. Now, you can see right here we have the iPhone 15 Pro Max, but now with the 16 Pro versions, Apple has actually made the screen to body ratio even bigger, and you will have way thinner bezels here around the iPhone 16 Pro and the 16 Pro Max, which will make, of course, this device look really beautiful. Now, when it comes to screen size, we also have bigger screens for the Pro version. So the iPhone 16 will have a 6.1-inch display, while it's 6.3 on the 16 Pro. Now, the bigger versions, the iPhone 16 Plus, will have a 6.7-inch display, while the display on the 16 Pro Max is now bigger at 6.9. And again, Apple has kept the same refresh rate for the screens, so the non-Pro versions will have a 60 Hz refresh rate, while it will be 120 for the Pro models. Now, when it comes to displays, a bigger change is also the ProMotion. The iPhone 16 Pros, again, just like last year, will feature ProMotion and will also feature the always-on display. Now, in my opinion, the always-on display is actually a great feature to have. It's really sad that Apple didn't put that feature on the 16 versions as well, just on the Pros. It's actually a great feature, and when you get to use to it, just like taking a peek maybe at your widgets or at your clock, it's actually really useful. But sadly, this year the iPhone 16s won't be getting the always-on display. There will be also a difference, of course, on the chips that Apple has placed on these devices. Now, great enough, Apple has actually placed the A18 chip on the iPhone 16 and the 16 Plus. Of course, they have to do that because they have to run Apple Intelligence on those devices, and even the RAM memory seems like is the exact same as on the Pro models. So we have the A18 on the iPhone 16 and 16 Plus with 8 gigs of RAM, and then the A18 Pro on iPhone 16 Pro and the 16 Pro Max, again with the same 8 gigs of RAM memory. Now the difference between these two chips is of course obvious. The iPhone 16 will feature the A18 with a 5-core GPU, while the iPhone 16 Pro and the 16 Pro Max will feature the A18 Pro with a 6-core GPU, of course making this a better chip and of course more efficient. Now there will be a few changes to the battery as well, and of course there will be differences. Now according to Apple, the iPhone 16 Pro Max will have the best battery ever placed on an iPhone, and of course the longest battery life. Now currently, according to Apple, the iPhone 16 will have a video playback time of 27 hours compared to 33 hours on the iPhone 16 Pro. Now we don't have any info regarding the bigger devices, but probably you're looking at around 37 to 38 hours actually of playback video for the 16 Pro Max, but there is a difference of 6 hours on video streaming right here between the 16 and the 16 Pro. Now when it comes to charging, both of the devices, both of the versions will feature of course USB-C. Now the difference right here will be that the iPhone 16 and the 16 Plus will have USB 2, while the iPhone 16 Pro and the 16 Pro Max will feature USB 3, of course, for faster data transfers. While the charging ability looks like it will be the same as last year, even though they have improved the wireless charging and it's now capable of charging up to 25 watts, and that's actually the same for all the versions of the iPhone 16. Now when it comes to cameras, again, we have, as I said at the beginning, a different design on the back for the iPhone 16. It's actually really beautiful, but of course we have a few differences actually right here when it comes to the cameras on the iPhones. Now one of the main difference will be of course the lenses. The new iPhone will have, the iPhone 16 will have 2 lenses, while again the iPhone 16 Pro and the 16 Pro Max do have actually 3 lenses as last year. Now there's also a difference of course when it comes to zooming. The iPhone 16 and the 16 Plus will feature 2x optical zoom, while it's again 5x on the iPhone 16 Pro and the 16 Pro Max. Now there will be also a slight difference here when it comes to storage. Now the difference comes to the iPhone 16 Pro Max. All the other devices will start at 128 up to 512 gigabytes, while the iPhone 15 Pro Max actually starts at 256 gigs, just like last year, and of course it goes up to 1 terabyte. And last but not least is of course the pricing. The iPhone 16 will start at $799, while it's $100 more expensive for the iPhone 16 Plus. Now the 16 Pro will start at $999, and it's $200 more for the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Again, you get double the storage. It's $200 more, starting at $1,199. So that's basically it for this video, guys. These are 10 of the main differences between the iPhone 16 series and the iPhone 16 Pro series. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, and of course subscribe for more videos. I'll see you on the next one.